Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Please do remember, if you do not like what I say, how I say it, or why I say it, then please do feel free to click off this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. And with the ending of 2024 upon us, we are going to be moving into 2025, which is going to definitely be a very big year of changes, probably lots of ups and downs, highs and lows. I highly recommend, if you guys haven't done any research into the astrology of 2025, definitely go and do your research because there's a lot of things coming up. I'm not going to get into it very specifically for this video, but for this reading, we have a little bit of a fun one. We'll see how this goes. I've never done this before, but again, this topic of discussion is, what is coming for you in 2025. So we're going to try to get some big themes, some big ideas going on in here. But this isn't a traditional reading because this is kind of a choose your own adventure style. So each group has 4 choices. So up here we have our 4 piles of tarot, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4. Then we have 4 piles for oracle cards, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. And lastly, we have 4 choices. Hopefully you can see them all right here. For the charm reading, because I'm going to bring out my charm reading. I haven't done that in a while, so we're going to play around with that as well. We have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Basically, focus again on the topic of 2025, or if you have a specific question in mind, focus on that, put that intention into your mind, focus, and then choose. You can choose any number of piles you can combine. Pick a tarot, pick an oracle, pick a charm. If you just want the charms, if you just want the oracles, if you just want the tarot, the choice is up to you. So again, take this time to focus on the piles. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So everything down in the description will be labeled as the tarot section, oracle section, charm reading via 1, 2, 3, 4. So go ahead and focus, and then we're going to get into these messages. All right, starting off with the tarot section, we have pile 1 here. So we're going to look at what your tarot is going to be, the big themes, what's coming for you in 2025. So we have the 3 of Swords. We have the King of Wands. And we have the High Priestess. So some of the major themes for you guys, obviously, for 2025 is about understanding what is hurting your heart moving forward. Listening to that higher calling, the higher intuition that's in you to finally make a decision to end a situation that has been wounding you. Again, this could refer to a relationship. It could be something internally that you, a habit, whatever it may be. It could be a job, it could be family members, it could be anything. But there is a sense here of obviously something has been wounding you for a while. And it's about coming to the realization in 2025 that this thing is no longer good for you. It's no longer serving you. And you need to listen to your higher calling that is coming for you, following your intuition and the higher wisdom that's definitely coming from a spiritual source. With the King of Wands, this could refer to, maybe for some of you, the individual person who is causing the wound. It could be a masculine energy, somebody who could potentially have fire sign or fire sign placements, and, is very forceful, very aggressive, and they don't necessarily take no for an answer a lot of the times. Conversely, this is about the energy that you need to learn to embody in 2025, where you are taking charge, where you are saying no more to the things that are toxic to you, and leading forward with a lot of fire, with a lot of attention, and understanding how to pick and choose your battles, and knowing where you're going to be most successful. There's an element here of the moon coming out. So again, maybe something going on with your moon in your natal chart might be important as, you go through 2025, or the moon cycles might come up a lot for you. That might be a symbol. But yeah, that is sort of the sense that I'm getting for you guys. If you've selected another pile somewhere else in this video, either an oracle card or the charms, go ahead and proceed with that next. All right, for those who picked the second pile from the tarot section, we're going to go ahead and see what some general energies, things that might be coming for you in 2025. So we have, oh, come on, focus, sorry. We have the 10 of Cups. We have the King of Swords. And we have Stillness, which is essentially the Hangman. So I feel like for you guys in 2025, there's definitely an element here of... there is definitely positive things here, like your family, friends, your life in general. You're finding a better footing in that, but there's still an element here of not quite seeing the correct perspective. Maybe some of you, you think that you're lacking in these 10 of Cups areas. You're lacking in that emotional fulfillment. But there is an element here of either a person or, again, you sort of claiming the King of Swords energy where you are like, okay, I'm going to like finally put all my ducks in a row. I'm going to look at exactly what I have. And maybe you'll realize that things are not as bad as they may seem. Or again, throughout 2025, things are going to start to look up for you when you take charge mentally over your emotions. I feel like for you guys, this is about a balance between intellect and emotion. Or again, there might be an individual who you will meet in 2025 who is going to embody this King of Swords energy. They could have a lot of masculine energy. They could be an air sign or have heavy air sign placements, be very analytical, be very smart, intelligent. Yes, sometimes they can come off as very cold. I can get the sense that there's somebody that a lot of people admire, a lot of people find attractive, but they tend not to look that way. They're very focused on their goals, but there's an element here of maybe you guys becoming connected to this person somehow. It could be maybe through work or communications. And this is a person that you're going to start to build the life that you have been waiting for. I feel like stillness here, you get a lot of messages, you get a lot of guidance when you slow down for a second, when you take time to sort of meditate and be able to like go through all of your thoughts. So I feel like if you haven't already, 2025 will be a great year for you to try journaling, trying meditation, focusing on those things, because it's going to help you to organize not only your thoughts, but your emotions about how you feel about things. And again, that is going to, I feel like for you guys who pick this pile, it's going to be so beneficial for you guys to realize what things are in your control and what things you cannot control. I feel like some of you who pick this pile, you have a tendency to get very like locked up and frozen when it comes to like, oh my God, I can't fix this thing and I can't control this thing. You get very overwhelmed by all the little things that come up and you try to rush the process of trying to fix or to accomplish these things because you just want to get it done. Like you're very like, it gives you anxiety a lot of the time. But again, I feel like 2025 is a very good year for you guys to get more of a better grasp over that, and it's going to drastically improve your life. Great things are coming for you if you learn how to slow down a little bit, I feel like sometimes, and to understand, again, logically speaking, what things are in your control, which ones are. So I feel like a lot of you guys who pick this pile, you struggle a lot between that pull of your emotions versus your intellect, what logically makes sense. There's so much push and pull between those two things for you guys, but I feel like 2025 will be the year that you're going to find a lot of mastery with it, and it could be due to a new person in your life or somebody who embodies and like is that tether for you. I feel like a lot of people who probably pick this pile, you have strong water sign energy in your chart. If you're not like one of your big three isn't in the water signs, you have things maybe sitting in a house that's normally ruled by a water sign. Regardless, it's like you need your tether down to earth to help you, because again, you guys are a very dreamy, you're a very creative group. And again, I feel like 2025 could be a year where you see a lot of creative potential, especially in your dreams, in those moments of quiet reflection where you will get these grand ideas that are going to be like muses. I feel like some of you could work with Apollo, or if you haven't worked with Apollo, bringing in some of that masculine sun energy will be very beneficial for you guys, or even like Hermes, communications, travel. I just feel like there's a lot of that going on for you guys. Interesting stuff. So if you have not selected another pile, like an oracle message or a charm reading, if you feel called to, definitely do that, and go ahead and proceed to those messages. All right, for those who chose the third pile within the tarot section here, we're going to go ahead and see what sort of general energies, themes might be coming up for you in 2025. So first of all, we have the Magician. We also have the Hangman. I will say you guys are the second pile to also get the Hangman energy. And we have the Page of Swords. So again, not too, again, you guys are going to have some similarities to another pile in the tarot section because we have the Hangman here. So but I feel like for you guys, it's not so much, it's more of a single-minded focus with this. It's more about your individual life than necessarily maybe connecting with a lot of other people, if that makes sense. I feel like you guys, this is a year where you are taking everything that you've learned previously, all the skills, or again, you could be really focusing on mastering a bunch of skills. I feel like throughout your life, you've changed jobs a lot. And like when I say change jobs, you change drastically, like the different career paths that you've had. Like there's like one day you're working, retail, and the next day you're at a law office or something. Like, I don't know, like drastically different areas of life, or again, you just have a lot of different life experience where you picked up all of these skills and, knowledge that when people look at it, they're like, how does any of that make sense? Like none of this stuff matches together. But I feel like this is going to be the year where all of those little pieces finally come together. You're going to get a very drastic change in perspective where you realize that you have all the tools here at your disposal to really put together something magical. You have a message. There's a new message coming through for you, but be like careful because there's a little bit of like, you're very excited about it, but there's an element here of like unrestrained with how you speak. Like again, it's too like young, like if that makes sense. Like there's an element here of you like blurting out the wrong thing at the wrong time, and that could potentially bite you sometimes. So it's very important to really think before you speak, I get the sense of. There could be also somebody who's very youthful who's coming into your life, and this person could really spark some new ideas. You could be again, I don't feel, it's not so much that you are going to necessarily heavily mentor this person, but you are going to be an inspiration. Like you guys are equally going to gain stuff from each other. This is a big also moment for you, I feel like, in 2025. Like it's a big year because we have two major arcanas here. So there's, again, this push and the pull between you've held still for a while. You're in this state of limbo. There could be some confusion sometimes about like what direction you're supposed to go in, but I feel like some sort of message that comes through, it could be midway through 2025. And if you haven't selected another pile to kind of build your reading here, I would recommend that you do, because there's something about timing here, I feel like, where something about this, there's some big moment in the year that is going to bring about a message that is going to make you realize, wow, you have all the skills you need. Like this is a big moment. So that is what I'm feeling from you guys here. Again, I would highly recommend you build onto this reading by selecting some other fun piles. And yeah, go ahead and proceed to those. All right, last but not least, our pile 4 for the tarot section. And you guys are some spooky girls. Girls and gals and everything in between. And you guys are also one of the only tarot groups who got an additional card. So let's unpack what it could be coming for you, or themes for 2025. I almost said 2027. Interesting. I almost said that, and I've not made that mistake with any other pile. So there could be something about whatever happens in 2025. The energy of this could carry on into 2027 for you guys. So we have 7 of Swords. We have the 10 of Pentacles. Let me bring that up so you can actually see the images. Sorry. But yes, Little Red Riding Hood. Going to Grandma's house. We have the World card. And we have that Knight of Cups. So, very interesting stuff here. So, yes, we have the 7 of Swords, which, normally we're going to talk about, yes, it can represent that there is some sort of deception going on in 2025. But I feel like for you guys, or somebody's lying to you, again, there could be, but again, with some of the other cards here, I'm getting a sense that this isn't necessarily a negative thing. It could be that you guys are lying. You're hiding a secret. It could be a relationship. There's somebody that you find very charming, who's very good with their words. That's like, again, this total Casanova-like character that you're just falling for, and your family does not approve of it. There's definitely a big sense here of 2025 that family is going to be on the docket for you guys. There's a heavy situation here where it's like family expectations for you. What is expected of your life? You need to follow the family business. You need to withhold the family traditions. So I can definitely feel like there's going to be some conflict there. Literally, it could be with a grandmother figure. There could be conflict there where it's like, you guys just do not disagree. You do not agree on views of life in the world. And I feel like you guys are a pile where you really are desiring to go and explore the world. You want to live your whimsical, travel swept, artistic life and go and explore things and kind of move away from family tradition. Because that's another way to look at the Seven of Swords. This is an aspect of like you are escaping, you're going away, and you're following your own individual path. While yes, again, there could be liars, there could be, I feel like be aware. Be aware who you tell in 2025, your plans, your wishes, your ambitions, and especially relationships. I get big chills here. Do not fucking blab about who you're dating or who you're interested in or who you have a crush on to anyone. Again, this could be somebody that you consider like family. They could be a friend, or it could literally be family, because that person is going to tattle. They're going to tattle the fuck on you. They are going to spill your beans to the wrong person, and it's going to cause you a lot of grief. I get the sense of. Yes, there's another aspect here of again, something about family business, or maybe, again, you're wanting to branch out into the world to build your own business, to build your own path, but there's definitely a romantic aspect here. There's somebody who is whining and dining you, who I feel like your family, or again, the people you consider family, are not going to approve of it. But it's time for you. 2025 is the year where it's time for you to launch out on your own. There is benefit sometimes in keeping certain secrets. But be warned, when those secrets come out, sometimes it can cause a shitstorm. But there can be benefit in holding your cards close to your chest and not, I'm also getting a very specific message here of be aware that somebody could charm your pants off or present you with a really good opportunity or deal. But if you give into this deal, it can drastically damage your network. Your money, your business. Be very, very mindful who you trust in 2025. But regardless, there's an aspect here of expansion into the world, the ending of a certain chapter and the beginning of a new one. Because we have two essential ends here. We have the world, which is the end of the major arcana, and we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is the end of the Pentacles. So there's a sense here of wrapping up all the loose ends at some point. But yeah, that's what I'm getting for this pile. So at this point, if you have not selected another fun pile to combine and add more to your reading, I highly recommend you do that. And I'll see you in those piles. All right, and now we are jumping into our Oracle piles section. And of course, we're starting with pile 1 here. And so we're going to get into what your Oracle messages are for 2025, themes, things that might be coming up. And you guys also got an additional card from this one deck. So let's see what we got. We got Diligence there with the Albatross. We have the Cat with Independence, Healthy Boundaries. We have Pure Intention. The Fairy of Manifestation will help you to use your wishes wisely. Manifest your heart's desire with pure intention for the highest good of all. And you know what's crazy? Your secondary call here is literally the Wish Wisely card. How crazy is that? So use your wishes wisely to manifest your heart's desire and take practical steps towards making your dreams come true. So obviously for you guys, 2025 can have really great potential for you all. Great potential for you to manifest the things that you've really, really been wanting for so long. But the key here is you have to be diligent in holding up your boundaries and your independence. There could definitely be people around you who are trying to, push the limits of how far they can impact your life. I'm getting the sense of. So let's look a little bit more at the Cat card, which is card 18. So the cat reminds you of independence and to set healthy boundaries. Love with freedom. Do not look to own what you desire, for too much attachment can lead to loss. And with that saying, a really key thing with manifestation is that, yes, you set the attention, you pour all of this energy into it and what you want, but then you have to release it and then live in accordance to go towards what you want. The key with that is not to obsess about it, to not think that, oh, well, if I don't get it exactly how I want it, well, then I don't want it. Like, that is such a bad mindset to try to manifest your wishes. You have to pour in all that energy into that manifestation, then you need to release it, not think about it, but live in accordance to that general direction. So it's like, oh, I want to travel to Paris, just as a random example. Okay, so you set that intention. You're like, okay, I'm going to get some amazing opportunity that is going to pay for me to go to Paris. So then you set that intention, you put it out there, and then you start living your life like you are going to go to Paris. Like you are, okay, I'm learning the language, I'm studying up on where I want to go, I'm saving money for that flight. When you do those acts in accordance with that direction, that's when the universe can start, putting in the miracles to help you get there even better, like in ways that you wouldn't even imagine. Who knows? Maybe you think you're just going to buy a plane ticket and you're going to go there. Who knows? Maybe a work opportunity comes up where it's like, or a study abroad opportunity comes up that is like, oh, it's all paid. You have this place to live and like go and do it. You don't know. But the key there is not to be so obsessed with one specific way the outcome can come. You want to kind of have that specific idea in mind, but the path to it could be all kinds of winding ways. You don't be like so dead set on it has to go in these specific steps, because that's not how it's going to work. So anyway, off that tangent. So the cat lends you its power to live freely and to remember that adventure is just beginning. Don't forget that the cat has 9 lives and always lands on its feet. It manages to get up unscathed from a fall, no matter what happens. On this leg of a journey, you will emerge safe and sound. Live freely, love without unhealthy attachment, and remember that with the cat as your companion, you may fully immerse yourself in life, for there will be many more lives to come. Exactly. There's many opportunities for you to get what you want, but live with that intention in mind. I also feel like the number 9, which is what this literally adds up to, could be very significant for you guys in the year of 2025. So let's also take a look at the diligence card here to see what it has to say for you. So this is also referring to the fallow field. And it's wanting you to know that there are times in life to step forward and take risks, but there are other times to be patient, step carefully and slowly, and know that the benefits you will gain in the future will be worth it. Be attentive, meticulous, and persistent. Use this time to plan for action steps in the future. Be diligent and consistent at each step as you move forward. By doing so, you will harvest remarkable results in the years ahead. This is not the time for instant gratification. Your diligence will pay off in the future tenfold. This is the time for deliberate organization. Clean house. Clear clutter out of your life. Be thoughtful about how you spend your time and be discerning when choosing with whom you spend it. Clear out relationships that do not support you. So yes, and that's a part of the healthy boundaries and the independence. It's like you have to clear out literally everything. So 2025 is a year of finally committing to cleaning out all the rubbish. That includes the people that are not supportive of your wishes and your manifestations. But again, take heed to be mindful of where you rush into the risks that are worth it versus taking it slow, counting all your chickens before you lay the egg kind of thing. And again, a big key with that is to really observe and pay attention to the people around you. Which relationships are beneficial for you and which ones are toxic, essentially. So those are the oracle messages for 2025 that are coming up for you. And again, if you have not selected a tarot pile or a charm, those can add extra messages to flesh this out, and I'll see you in those messages. Right, for those who picked pile 2 for the oracle messages, we're going to dive into your reading, and I already tell you, if you were attracted to this particular oracle deck, there is going to be an element of love life involved with these particular cards. So, and especially the spicy side of love life. So we have card 3 with Sun in Taurus with chemistry, getting busy in the kitchen. We also have Seeking Pleasure, card 14. And you guys have that secret naughty feeling with Moon in Pisces. And I think this is going to refer to the sacral chakra. So creativity or sexuality. So obviously there's an element here when it comes to 2025 about seeking pleasures, seeking the things that you have been denying yourself for a really long time. Again, that secret naughty feeling. It's like some of you have been living life like so like devout about, oh, I can't allow myself to enjoy this thing or to pursue this particular thing. But it's like you're denying the natural chemistry that you have with either this person, with a particular act, with a particular wish or dream or whatever it may be. And you've been denying yourself giving into those pleasures. 2025 is a year about allowing yourself to have pleasures. You know, the world is shit enough as it is than for you to make your own day-to-day life harder than it needs to be. Stop. And again, I feel like there's definitely an element here of, you know, how you were raised instilled this idea that you are not good enough to have the thing. Or again, it's naughty, it's bad. It's, you know, you're going to go to hell if you kiss a boy or a girl or whatever. It's like, no. You are human. We all have these human desires, and it's as long as you approach it healthy and with consent, with communication, it's like it is perfectly fine for you. All right. I feel like it's time to release certain dogma that is not the vibe. Okay. We literally have the chemistry card here. It's time to go with the things that are the vibe for you. So let's get into this. So let's look at the chemistry card in particular, which again is card 3. Let's see. So again, this could have to do, maybe your sun is in Taurus, or maybe somebody you're hanging out with has sun in Taurus. Something about, or maybe that time of year when, what is that? That's like end of April and into May is Taurus season. I got that right? I think I might. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But you know, Taurus season is going to be very, very important for you in 2025. So anyway, chemistry. 2 hands joined on a spoon, intent on stirring roses, the Venus flower. The reflection with this card is Taurus is the sign of sensuality. The senses are the vehicle of his emotions. Even love passes through the physical to reach the heart. Without a satisfactory erotic understanding, loses its security, becoming possessive, hungry love. Good chemistry is a prerequisite for a long-lasting relationship. So, again, this might be a reflection for some of you. When it comes to 2025, choose your partners wisely. Make sure that there is that chemistry, that there is this good understanding of each other's wants and needs. So the magic here is place rose petals in a copper pot and cook them until they reduce to a paste, with which you will form a talisman of fidelity. I feel like some of you, especially with that fidelity thing, where it's like, you guys have had maybe issues in relationships in the past where it's like you've had troubles finding the people who are loyal and faithful. And again, part of that is because you were swept up with one particular aspect of the relationship. Maybe they were really good looking, or they knew the right things to say. You know, it was one particular thing instead of the whole package of the chemistry and the support that you need. So let's also look at that secret naughty feeling, card 29. So with this one, let's see where it is. So yes, we are talking about, here we go. Let's see, I gotta find it in the book here. So yes, this is referring to the sacral chakra with this particular card. Due to its position at the base of the spine, the color of the second chakra is orange. It is responsible for the pleasures and enjoyment of being in the material world. It is the desire for comfort, cozy, and that is so Taurus's energy. They love comfort. They love coziness. They love their food, their luxuries. They love the earthly delights of the senses and all of that. This is something I feel like a lot of you picked this pile or have been denying yourself, for whatever the reason may be. Possessions, luxuries, as well as bodily rest, coziness, enjoyment of one's body, and beautifying things possessions, luxuries, as well as the bodily rest and physical activity. For women, the second chakra is the center of sexual pleasures, procreation, and female hormones. Therefore, the sacral chakra is also responsible for femininity, beauty, and maternal feelings. Hidden in this center is not only the love of pleasure, but also the love of exercise, labor, and physical activity. This chakra is manifested actively in women and passively in men. So the base right with this is the right to feel. Empathy and emotions are the physical key to being human. Either by the pressure of society, past traumas, or choices, a person may lose a connection with feelings and with the simple and honest pleasures of joys of the body. From sex to simply walking. Exactly. This doesn't have to necessarily refer to sexual activities, but just, again, physical activities. You've denied yourself. Maybe some of you have struggled with certain health issues where it's caused issues with your mobility. Or again, you've maybe made the excuse, well, I'm too busy with work that I can't spend time to connect with my body. 2025 is the year to combat all of those feelings because you are doing a major disservice to yourself and your health by denying yourself the enjoyment of your body. Some of you might suffer from issues of like body image, or any various forms of like body dysmorphia or things like that. The key is definitely go and seek out the qualified people to help you, depending on the severity of the situation, to help and assist you, especially in 2025. This is the year to learn how to love your body and especially how to nurture your body right. Because again, we have this kitchen scene. So it's like kitchen witchcraft. I feel like definitely work on the sacral chakra. You might have a blockage in your sacral chakra, which also means you have a blockage in your creativity, especially as this said for women, it's an active energy, while men, it's more passive. Depends on which energy you align with, masculine or feminine, of course, but you're denying yourself your creativity as well by denying your bodily pleasures, so to speak. So let's specifically, and that was just the general message about the sacral chakra, which this card is in this grouping. Let's see the exact meaning of this card, which is again, the moon in Pisces. Shamelessly exposing my lovely buttocks, I watch with interest your fierce struggle with temptation. Like a moth to a flame, I'm drawn to virtue, and virtue is drawn to sin. What is virtue? Is it an open door or a closed one? Is it denial or acceptance? Is it renunciation or surrender? The dance between the naughty and the virtuous is a great choreography of desire, polarity, and fear. And at the end of it, there are two bodies that do not care about morality. Love without limit, without boundaries, without reason. Love can be to take him, right there in the moment without concern, except for the furious intensity of passion. Love holds secrets beyond ordinary words and conventional behavior, revealed only in the smoldering eyes of the actors. So obviously, like I already said, there's issues with what is virtuous, what is right, shame with body, shame with having desire, At the end of the day, love is love. Love is not going to be bound by any of your virtuous, dogma or whatever it may be, religious or fear. Love is love, and it will withstand no matter what. So why are you fighting the thing that is so natural for you? Why are you making it something sinful when it feels so right internally and you feel guilt because of that? Again, for some of you, not all of you. Some of you are all about embracing this love, this body and stuff. Again, for some of you, this is about taking a step forward, even more about, okay, what is it that is still holding me back even now, even though I've done all this work, I've gotten to this point. What is the next step up for me in embracing my passions, my desires? Like, what is the next thing up from now? All right, lastly, we're going to look at the Seeking Pleasure card, which again is just going to echo everything else that's been in this reading. All right, so Seeking Pleasure. Indulge and savor. Seeing love, the love story. It's a torrid love affair between him and her and him or her. Just the three of them. And so some of you, this is about coming to terms with maybe you want a polygamous relationship. Maybe you want to have a third person in your relationship. And some of you are maybe struggling with that idea because it's like, oh, well, I was taught as a child or, in my youth that was bad. That wasn't, a thing I couldn't do. But like you have a desire to experiment, to explore more. This is like one of the first times I've used this card, like this deck in a reading, but it's really funny. Literally, I just said what the next line is. And it's time to explore. Need we say more? The beauty and ecstasy they found by allowing their passions to abound and explode in a current of euphoria. Pleasure is the principle, and on that fateful night, love was found in some queer places indeed. Ooh. Oh, spicy. Some of you are coming to more terms with your sexuality this year. So making love, action. Do something for yourself today. Try to break away from the part of your conscious mind that says no, or places judgment on what otherwise would come naturally to you. What did I already say? Go deeper into your pursuit of pleasure. You deserve to be happy. Now show it. Exactly. Stop denying yourself in 2025. Just be fucking happy. The world is already dour and dark as it is. You don't need to put that much more pressure on yourself. So being love. Meditation. Embrace pleasure as an expression of the beauty of the body. Allow love to take hold and guide you ever higher levels of bliss and excitement. Proclaiming love, the affirmation that you guys definitely need to write all over your wall, get it tattooed on your arm, whatever it takes. I accept and indulge in pleasure. I am loved. Yeah, because again, you denying your pleasures you're denying love to yourself, to your soul. You're not loving yourself by denying yourself these things. So, whew. All right, very interesting pile here for these energies of 2025. Again, combine this with one of the other piles in one of the other sections if you want to add more information to it. But yeah, I will see you in those piles. All right, for those who picked pile 3 in the Oracle section here, we can go ahead and dive into your cards and see what kind of themes or things you need to know for 2025. We have the human myth. Interesting. I don't think I've ever pulled this card, so I'm not sure what it's talking about, but let's continue on. We have the parrot wax cap with isolation, and we have the keeper of abundance. So I feel like just off these cards as it is, I feel like there's something about where for a while for you guys, you have bought into this myth, kind of like the myth of like the starving artist. Oh, if you're an artist, you're not going to have any money. It's some sort of myth essentially like that, where it's like it's an idea that some of you have bought into when it comes to abundance, when it comes to maybe material goods, or when it comes to just like how to live life. Like I feel like some of you, maybe you felt like you've had to deny yourself certain things because it's like because again, some sort of dogma that says you're not worthy of it. But let's get a little bit more into it. Let's look at in fact, the keeper of abundance, which is card 2. So the sun creates enough energy in a single day to run all the machines on the earth for 1,000 years. Read that again. That's the universe you live in, and you are as worthy a recipient of that energy as any tree, plant, or animal. The tree of your soul is ever reaching down into the dark root system of mystery and up into the sun of abundance. True abundance isn't a plethora of things. It's wealth of energy and resilience. It's the ability to get back up after a failure. The ability to believe in yourself when no one else seems to. The ability to shine again after the rain of trauma or crisis. And like the trees, to reach ever skyward. So yeah, I feel like some of you, again, 2025 is going to be a year of healing for a lot of you. It's about recovering from something that really damaged your spirit. And again, maybe you've been hiding in isolation, or again, 2025 is going to be a year of isolation of yourself from this stimuli, and to finally like recoup and to review and heal yourself. Again, I get the sense of a lot of healing here, about healing your belief in yourself and belief in what you are worthy of having. Because again, there is enough abundance in the world to go around. Everybody deserves abundance. Everybody deserves happiness. It's about, I feel like, reframing how you view that. What is abundance for you? How do you view that? Do you think abundance is just, again, like it said, like you have a nice car, you have a big house, you have like these material things, or do you view abundance in a different way? I feel like this is like you guys kind of reviewing your belief around money, about abundance, about happiness. So let's also look at the parrot wax cap here with isolation, which is card 30. I think it's actually close to one of the last cards in this deck. So this is actually an edible mushroom, according to the booklet. Do your own research. So the card meaning is the parrot wax cap likes to be left alone, and it's easy to understand why. Isolation can be a good thing. Left untouched by pollution, noise, and people, it grows well. So can you, if you are left to your own devices, you are capable of growth without all the things. What you thought you needed to survive might not actually be necessary. You would be surprised how little you really need at all. Sometimes stripping your life down to the bare necessities can show you how you have been living way beyond your means. Isolation can also be a good thing to clear your mind and strip yourself down to basics. You will be able to hear your own thoughts again, without the constant bombardment of sound, people, and energy. When you need peace in your life, sometimes you need to extract yourself from the situation. Finding peace is so much easier when you have isolated yourself and attended to what you really need. Sometimes peace and simplicity bring the greatest rewards. If, on the other hand, you are feeling isolated and not in a good place, ask yourself, what do I need? What is it that really sustains me and makes me happy? It's time to ask the tough questions and to really get real about it. Only you know what you can make. Only you know what can make you happy, and it has to come from the inside. Addictions are often fueled by unhappiness. When you find something that makes your heart sing and makes you feel alive, you tend to not need your vices as often. Again, like I already said, I feel like this year is all about reevaluating what you really need in your life. Again, looking at how you look at the ideas around happiness, the ideas around abundance. You need to stop listening to what everybody else says it's supposed to be. And you need to get focused on what do you actually believe it is. I feel like a lot of you who pick this pile, you can be like high overachievers. Like you do like get straight A's in school, you were on, the varsity sports team, or you like go beyond like in work, at your job or whatever. And it's like, why? Why do you do those things? Why do you overachieve? What is the reason for it? Because there's something deep rooted there that is a seed of something that was placed in you that may not actually align with what you believe in. Like really, it was something that was kind of forced upon you and you were told like, oh, that's what you have to do. Like, that's what's expected of you. That's the way you get XYZ thing. Well, that's not true for every single person. It may not be true for you. It's time for you to sit down and really reevaluate these things. And 2025 is the year for you to do it. Again, this is another pile that I feel like if you haven't started journaling or meditation or something like that, this is the year to do it because it's going to help you. Or you can even pick something else. Like, there's so many other ways for you to self-evaluate and unpack your subconscious. Maybe for some of you that would be artwork. Maybe it's writing. Maybe it's singing. It's music, playing music. Maybe it's just walking out in nature. But there you need to pick up some sort of practice in 2025 that is going to help you to reevaluate your relationship with the idea of happiness and abundance. Because right now I feel like you've gone off track because you've bought into, I also feel like a lot of you need to get the fuck off social media a little bit. I feel like some of you might have fed too much into that idea of like, oh, look at the influencer. This is what they say, how they became successful and how they are so happy in life. It's like all of this is a facade. It's all a marketing. It's all marketing, okay? It's like how to market an idea to everybody. But again, those ideas, yes, some of them might work for you for sure. And some of them do resonate, but that might not be all correct for you. Like, you need to get back down to what is your core values. What is, again, the bare bone necessities in life that make you happiest. Because I feel like you guys have piled on all this other stuff that has, muddied the waters. All right, lastly for you guys, we're going to look at this human myth card, which I definitely have never read this card before. So, or if I have, that was like years ago and I do not remember it. So, the key word with this card is connection. This dragon fairy is reading about the human myth. She is sure that we do exist, but sometimes she needs a little reassurance to keep her faith going. She knows that spirit exists as she is very conscious of her connection to nature and creation. The human myth is that we are separate from spirit. This is the story that we as humans tend to tell ourselves. We must recognize our unity with all else in existence. What a pity to waste so much time denying our own place in the universe. Sometimes our daily reality gets in the way of our being able to feel our connection with spirit. This is when we need to read an inspirational book or do some meditating or maybe just walk in the woods and feel the connection to everything around us. Remember that all things are connected. Everything that you do affects all else in the universe. All action and thought set up a vibration that continues on long after the event is forgotten. Yes, you do exist, and you are connected to spirit and all of creation. Remember that with a single thought, you start a process of creating. Create something wonderful for yourself. All of creation will reap the benefits. So, the chant here is, fairies dear, very sweet. If by chance we soon should meet, it is true that I do be. Leave your realm and come to see. Beat your wings as you retreat, and I will feel the air. I'll know that you do come to greet, and I will meet you there. So be it. Read an inspirational story today. And that kind of feeds into the whole thing of like, get off social media. Like, switch up your routine. Again, there's this idea of maybe some of you are having issues feeling connected to the higher, like a higher source, the universe. And again, that can affect your ideas about, how to approach abundance. There's maybe a lack of belief because again, you've let day-to-day reality, day-to-day life kind of overstep its bounds in your spiritual side. This is 2025 is a year to get connected to your spiritual side. And sometimes the best way to do that is through isolation with like doing some sort of retreat, or again, just allowing yourself a couple like minutes or an hour to go outside into nature where you can feel more connected with everything else around you. And some of you may not have access to nature, a place to walk. Most places do have some sort of small park. Wherever there is a little cut of greenery, I would definitely go there. Again, some of you might really benefit from exploring, working with the fae, working with nature spirits, with nature energy, because there's something, again, healing about that for you, because you will learn that connection with everything. Again, going back down to the bare necessity. Maybe some of you need to try in 2025 going camping, and again, only having the bare necessities with you and seeing how that makes you feel. Again, it will help. I think that would actually be a really beneficial thing for a lot of you, is trying to camp and like bare bones camping, like just a tent on the ground, a sleeping bag, the bare necessities, and see how that makes you feel. See having not your day-to-day access to things, including internet. Make sure it's a place that you're camping where it's like you don't have like easy access to all the internet. Like, yes, you need like communication devices and stuff, so in case something goes wrong, you can call for help or whatnot. Don't be stupid about it. Use your common sense. But again, disconnecting from the internet, from the news, from all of that, so again, that you can get back to your center of like who you are and how do you view the things you need in your life. I don't know. Very interesting. All right. If you guys have not selected other piles to add on to this reading, maybe try that out and see what things come up, if there's any repeating messages, and I will see you in those future messages. Our fourth and final pile in the oracle card section here, and we have a little bit of a darker themed oracle reading here, so there might be a little bit more heavy hitting messages here. And you also, guys, you got an additional card, so let's unpack this. So we have Acceptance, the Waning Crescent, card 4. We have card 3 with Obsession, and this also has moon phases related to it. And we have the Black Flower Fragrance, card 16, which looks like that's going to be the full moon. I want to say this is probably the is it the waning crescent maybe? We'll see. And we have resilience. Burn away the past. So obviously with 2025, there might be something about coming to a point of realization about the things you've been obsessed with, about clearing away the things that no longer serve you and coming to a point of acceptance. It's not even like, again, 2025 is going to be, if you're going to start the process of burning away the past, it's going to take a while. But I think 2025 is more about a place of learning to be in acceptance, to realize like where are the cracks in the armor, so to speak. So let's talk about these ones first. So card 3. So yeah, actually that is crazy. That's crazy. So this is waxing crescent. This is also waxing crescent. So these phases of the moon, the waxing crescent is going to be really powerful for you. Waxing crescent is usually a good time to start building momentum, to start building the energy for like the full moon where it like goes into releasing. So this card is about the stage of denial. What are you guys in denial about? So there is nothing else that can replace my focus. So the visual seed here is an elven face. The hair entwined with bark and thorns stares at a blank, clear, empty, round mirror. The sentence, all things lead to one, and then they disappear into one, until only that one remains, going dark. We chase comments and mirrors and shadows. Sometimes we actually chase cars or myths. Obsession is a trick of our perception. Many become one, and that one bloats as to take everything else. It feels like it, whatever it is, an idea, person, an object, flavors our life and gives meaning to it, as all the light through a lens converges on a single point, and that point goes ablaze under the greatest fire. But in truth, more than in enacting our life, it numbs our attention to the rest. It makes us feel more awake by hiding the rest of the world under a cloud of slumber. Obsession is a drug. In small doses, it whips. In big doses, it kills. If we drown inside on an obsession, we should close our eyes. We don't die in the darkness. We just fall asleep. And then we can wake up more naturally. So, again, obviously 2025 is going to be about understanding where you have been focusing all your energy, because clearly there's some aspect about it where your focus is not on the right thing. You've been obsessing about other things, and it's been causing you to lose focus on everything else, the bigger picture. So let's also look at card 16. So this card, the Black Flower Fragrance, it's the moon phase of the full moon, and the stage is anger. The world is unfair. Fuck off, dear world. Fuck you. Again, that might be what a lot of you, and I understand it. 2024, some shit has gone down. And again, a lot of people are very concerned about 2025, and rightfully so. Again, you might be angry at the world right now, and that is understandable, but you can't let it be your single-minded focus. You can't let that blind you to all the good, positive things that you can reap at this time. So the visual seed here is a beautiful woman. Her face, with a hint of resolve, holds a strange black rose on her chest. It seems to explode like a crystal, each petal an obsidian shard. The sentence, if we want to go dark, go black. Don't stop to the evening, but embrace the night. Going dark. Love is not a white dove, nor it turns people into angels. Love can be ugly. Love can be cheap. Love can be rotten. But even ugly love has a right to exist. Even cheap love can raise to the sky. Even rotten love has the dignity of eternity. Even a black rose by any other name should still smell as sweet. Even if you are wrong, you still have the right to be angry. Even if you are not perfect, you have the right to be respected. Even if you are stupid, you have the right to be listened to. Even if you are lucky, you might have the right to complain. Even if you are rich, you might have the right to be sad. If you cannot shine because you are beautiful, then shine even if you are ugly. Shine because you are ugly. Gloriously black, ugly as love, worn out as an angel, cheap as a crown, unconquered as a fragrance in the night. Whew. That's such a, what a reading. Obviously, this is about Again, some of you might have been spending your life obsessing about being a certain way or expecting the world to be a certain way. And it's like, you know what? The world is an ugly, shitty fucking place sometimes, but there's still beauty to be there. There's still a beauty in ugly things, you know? There is a lure there. There is still positive things to be found, even in dark places. And so this is about reframing your obsession to come to a point of acceptance that, you know what, you're never going to be perfect. Nobody's ever going to be perfect. We all have flaws. We all have strengths. We all have weaknesses. And you know what? That is a beautiful part of being human. It's about a beautiful part about being on this plane of existence. Everything has beauty and faults. It's reframing what your perspective, and again, this is also, there could be an element here of it's how other people have made you feel. You know what? If other people have had negative shit to say about you, it's not an issue necessarily of you. Always. There is a line there, okay? If everybody suddenly leaves your life, you know, constantly, you know, you have to wonder at that point, if everybody leaves your life, maybe you are the problem, okay? Like, let's be honest here. There is lines here, but that still doesn't mean that you're not deserving of love. It's not meaning that you're not deserving of learning how to change or that you can grow and you can learn. Point being, question if you have a belief like this of like, I'm not perfect and, you know, that makes me bad or something like that. Like some strange belief like that. Or maybe in another person or another place, like, again, like the world in large, like it's going to hell and it's going to continue going to hell and there's nothing I can do to fix it. That's not true. Everybody has the ability to change the vibration by doing one little small thing. Again, you may just be within your own little community, but that's a fucking start, you know? Anyway, let's also look at the resilience card. Actually, you know, we're going to read the acceptance card before the resilience card. So card 4 with the waxing crescent. So acceptance of the current situation is the first step to change. The past does not exist. The future hasn't happened. There is only right now. So this is about reminding you, don't focus on all the bad shit that's happened in the past or the recent past. It's like, you know what? It is what it fucking is. There's nothing I can do obsessing, like no amount of me obsessing about the past or my past mistakes or, you know, somebody else's past mistakes is going to change that past at all. Nor is it going to help your future in any way. Okay? It's not. Like the only part of looking at the past like that helps the future is understanding, oh yeah, that was a bad fucking decision. I'm not going to do that again. But that's not obsessing about it. That's just realizing, oh, this was a good decision. This was a bad decision. We learned from history. Okay, we see the pattern. All right, I know not to repeat it. That's not you obsessing about it, okay? But you obsessing about, oh, I could have done this differently or I could have done that differently. And you're always in that place. You're not realizing, oh, okay, that's what I did wrong. What can I do better in the future? How do I write that? You're not changing, okay? If you're only focusing on that and you keep going around that circle and not pushing it towards like, okay, all right, I learned from that. Let's move forward. Then you're obsessing about the past. All right. So the companion metal or stone with this particular card is lepidolite. So a lot of you might want to get some lepidolite jewelry. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that word right. But yeah. Choosing to accept ourselves fully and the position we are in enables us to take the next step towards growth. We can plant our feet solidly in the earth and say, yes, here is exactly where I am and I accept this fully. Then we can take the next step confidently, honestly, and powerfully towards where we now wish to head. Accepting where we are right now to its fullness allows us to also accept that there may be some chaos in our change before there is full order again. Exactly. This can be an exciting feeling rather than one that generates fear if we hold our new intention clearly. Exactly. That's a big thing that's coming right now, especially if you look at the astrology at 2025 and going on the next few years. Yes, there's a lot of crazy shit that has gone down, but there is massive change about to happen. And that change is going to keep rolling. It's going to keep going. So don't expect things to just stay the way that it looks like it is, because there's a bunch of wild cards coming up. All right. Lastly, we're going to look at resilience. Card 27. All right. Burn away the past. The girl of resilience is relaxed. She impassively strokes and stirs the flames of her past at her feet. In her crowded room of memories, she fans the flames without fear of letting go of events, ideas, people, and places that once defined her. She is comfortable in her room and is not leaving her space. The smoke does not overcome her. The window is open, and a branch of the tree of life reaches in to guide her always in heightening clarity and wisdom. When resilience appears, it is time to stroke the fires of your past and release that which no longer serves you. Know that to rise like a phoenix, it is necessary to dive into the flames. Be warmed and confident in the light that comes from burning away and releasing the bad and the good of the past. Release it all to be reborn with Agni, the inner flame. And so these cards actually have a ritual involved. So I'll show that on screen right now. Again, pause, take a screenshot. Do this ritual. It will help you. So regardless, hopefully those messages made sense. If you have combined this with other piles that you wish to listen to, I say go and do that now. We're gonna go dive into the charm readings next. Welcome to the charm reading section of this reading. Again, we're going to start with pile 1. And we're going to grab our little board here. We're going to dive in and we're going to see what you need to know for 2025. All right. Oh, interesting. So let me get this up closer so you can kind of get a looky-poo at this. All right. We also got some additional little tarot cards as well. Look at that. But first of all, one of the big things that's jumping out to me is this 999. So that might be a synchronistic number for a lot of you in 2025. We also have this little bracelet. So I feel like there's an aspect here of looking for more peace in 2025, finding and really carving out those areas of peace in your life, being creative. We also have a lot of turquoise here. So turquoise might be a very good stone for you to work with in 2025. Seeing the unseen. There's aspects of life that you are going to be on, like, just looking at it normally. You're not going to notice the little details, but you need to be more scrutinizing. You need to, again, look through the hagstone and see the unseen world and everything that's around you. Again, we have a lot of crystals going on. We have the root chakra. We have the heart chakra. We have the third chakra. So better about communicating your security. There might be things you need to say to family that are going to be uncomfortable to say. You need to have more confidence. We have Tiger's Eye here. Let's see what little messages we have. Live righteously and love everyone. CB. That might be another synchronicity here. We also have the letters T, A, and P. These might be Pat. Pat. These might be initials. There might be other things that make sense to you. Tap. You might feel a tap on the shoulder. There's messages coming through, and this is connected to... So I feel like there could be messages that you might get these messages as soon as this month. As I'm doing this reading, obviously... I'm doing it in December. So there might have been messages that came through in December that are important, or by next December in 2025, there's going to be a massive resolution to a situation. We have don't let the past and useless details choke your existence. Exactly. I feel like that's so going to resonate with some of the other readings. We also have the lucky numbers of 54, 32, 27, 45, 9, and 34. There's that 9 again. That 9 is a big number. Some of you 2025 might be the year, your personal life, like your number, I can't remember the term right now, might be 9. So you're at the end of a cycle. Like, you are done with the bullshit. And I feel like some of you, these might be the ages that some of you are turning in 2025. Some of you might be turning 54, maybe 32, 27, 45, or 34. So you're at like later aspects a little bit of life, and you're learning more. You're becoming more mature. We also have the message of the beauty of the soul is constant, continuous, and endless. Understand that you are beautiful no matter what. That the world can be a beautiful place if you seek that out. We also have the Lover's card. We have the 7 of Cups, We have the Two of Wands, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. So clearly, there's aspects in 2025 that is going to require you to make decisions, to make choices. There's an aspect here of looking forward into the world and seeing what opportunities are available to you and seeking those out. Getting all of your ducks in a row. There's lots of choices for you in 2025. But you need to have faith. You need to understand that you are being divinely guided, and that because you're worried about some of those decisions might have dangerous turns to them. But no, as long as you're focused in your home, like in your seat of power. I feel like some of you really need to work on your environment. This is the year to really make your house a home, wherever it may be, wherever you call home. It's like you need to make that feel a safe and nurturing place for you, a welcoming place. And yes, for some of you, there might be an aspect here of a change in relationship, coming into a relationship. There might be even things like a third coming into the relationship. For very rare, for only a few of you, it could be that sense. But there's messages coming through. Also, be aware of the higher spirits. Oh, sorry, hang on, I gotta fix something. Higher spirits coming through for you. I feel like it's a good year to also, again, work on, making your place not only beautiful and inviting to you, but also your own body, like how you feel. This is all about styling and bringing about some beauty and some uniqueness to your place. And again, making it feel like a home, even within your own body. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing from your charms. Again, if you combine this with other messages, go and listen to those messages now. Definitely comment down below if you enjoyed this. If you want me to do another pick your own adventure oracle like reading thing again, let me also know that. But yeah, I hope you all have a good rest of your December, as well as, a new year, and we will see what 2025 brings. Bye-bye. For those who chose pile 2 for your charm reading, we're going to go ahead and dive into this and see what comes up for 2025. Oh boy. Okay. Let me bring this up so you guys can get a little peek. So obviously we have like a gift of some sort. May sacred beauty find you every day. So there's a reminder to treat yourself a little bit in, so there's definitely an aspect of, what was I saying? Treating yourself a little bit in 2025. We also have the dice, and it went on to 16. So 16 might be an important number for you. Let's see what other. We have the lucky numbers of 7, 9, 2, 36, 23, and 32. And the message of solid gains are possible today, but with a headache. So watch out about, again, how much you take on. Yeah, sweet little treats, treating yourself a little bit. We also have F and S. So those might be initials or a place. Taking a gamble on things. I feel like having more confidence and more communication in life, steering your ship in a new direction. Again, indulge in a little bit of like spiritual time, enjoying buying crystals or whatever it may be. We also have I love mom. So again, this might be you want to spend more time with your mother, or again, if your mother has passed on or a mother figure is important in your life, they're sending you a message to love yourself more, I feel like. Friends forever, best friends forever. So cultivating more friendships. There's a key here to unlocking a new life for yourself, I feel like, by, again, giving yourself more of a break, taking it easy a little bit. We also have good news will come to you from far away. Again, there's an aspect, I feel like, of like travel, again, enjoying life a little bit more. Say it straight, simple, and with a smile. We also have a message of we are born wise and we are born complete. I feel like your ancestors, your guides are coming through to remind you to take more care of yourself. We also have a lot of little tarot cards that came up for you guys. So we have the 5 of Wands, conflicts. We have the 4 of Cups. You're not seeing the opportunities around you, but there are a lot of opportunities because you have the 2 of Wands here. So there is an aspect of like you realizing in 2025, like you have opportunities before you. And it's about stop listening to all the chatter of everybody else around you and finding better balance, finding out what you are addicted to, what you are allowing to chain you down and blind your balance, because we have a temperance card here as well. You need to find balance in life. We have fast messages coming through, messages from spirit. We have strength, having confidence, having strength, understanding where you need to stand. We have a new beginning with the Ace of Swords, but you need to choose wisely whose words you believe, and also how you take charge. And lastly, we have the Queen of Swords. You need to get clear in your mind about where it is you need to go next, and understanding that you need to make time for yourself. Stop. I feel like you guys have been lost in the chatter of everybody else around you in conflicts and trying to hold the family together or something. Try to hold like you are the reliable Janet of your life. And it's like you need to take more time to have a little fun, have a little risk, have a day where you enjoy just you, and again, treat yourself to something nice. That is what I'm feeling for this. So again, combine this with other messages in this reading. If you enjoyed this type of reading, this little experimental thing, definitely do let me know, and I will see you in the next one. For those who picked the third group with that smoky quartz, we're going to look at your charms for 2025. All right. Ooh. So we have the dice. So we have it on 13, lucky 13. We have also on 7 or 70. Interesting. 13 and 70. Again, we have this one coming back out again for another pile with the 999. So again, there might be something significant about the number 9. This is about definitely bringing more peace and creativity to your life, I feel like. There's a lot of images that have to do with elephants. So your history, your family, legacy, but also blasting through obstacles. But being slow and methodical with it instead of sort of blasting forward too hard. Loving yourself. We also have 4 with the dice. We have a donut. So again, this is going to tell me that you're like enjoying a little bit of some luxuries in your life. Being in the kitchen more. I feel like there's something about your food and your nutrition that's going to be important for you. We also have the lucky numbers of 4 again. So 4 is a big number. So family, your home, changing your home. There's secrets in the bottle that need to be released to bring more peace into the home. 4, 16, 23, 6, 34, and 25. And the message is, there's no boosting a man up the ladder unless he's willing to climb. Ooh, I mean, in a sense, especially for some of you, where it's like, either you need to have more confidence in yourself, or again, some of you are in relationships where if you're in traditional, like man-woman relationship, or again, if the person who's embodying the masculine energy, it's like, there's only so much you can do to help them. There's only so much you can do. Like you're doing too much. Like they need to learn on their own a little bit how to stand on their own and how to take more responsibility for their own actions. And I feel like that's also in a work situation where you take on so much of the work, like the responsibility at work, when it's not even in your job description. It's like you guys need to stop taking the fall for somebody else this year. It's like stand your ground. We also have the letters of D. We have V. We have Dove. Aw, peace, love, beauty, Dove, Venus energy. We have a Y and we have R. So again, those might say any number of messages to you, but we also have 3 little tarot cards, additional ones. We have the 7 of Pentacles. We have the Moon card, and we have, oh, fucking Jesus Christ, what did I just say? We have the 10 of Wands. You're taking on too much responsibility. You're taking on more of somebody else's bullshit. And it's like, you're giving all of your energy away to somebody else that you can't even put the energy into growing your own crops. It's like, this is the time to see past the illusion. Somebody has been throwing the wool underneath your eyes, and it's time with like, they're not pulling their weight. And it's like 2025 is going to be the year where it's like you put down the gauntlet and you're like, you need to start taking responsibility. You need to start helping me or I'm walking. Like that is the key. It's like you're not tending to your own needs enough. And it's like this person is taking too much away from you. So yeah, that is what I'm seeing for the messages right here. Again, if you combine this with other messages in the reading, let me know. Let me know if you enjoyed the way the setup of this reading worked. And I hope that, you know, blessings do come for you in 2025 and things start to change and to, you know, your best self is coming. But yeah, let me know down in the comments and I will see you in the next one. Last but not least, we have our final message for this reading, as well as our, well, I guess depending on the order that you watch this in, it isn't your final message, but for me as of filming this, this is the last message I have in the video, and it's our last pile in the charm reading section. So we're going to go ahead and see what comes up for you for 2025. All right. Oh. All right. Let's see what we got here. We have the little surprise happy Buddha. I feel like there's fate. Fate is definitely involved with you guys in we have 00. So the very beginning, the very start of everything. Yes, this is a big year for you guys, and I feel the red string of fate is really pulling you. Red is going to be a really important color for you. We have a key to unlocking things. Little surprises are coming. We have part of a ring here. So again, there could be commitment. There could be new love coming in. There's definitely new celebration about life in general, welcoming others into your life, having balance and everything, putting together the little broken pieces. There might be even like something about traveling, maybe somewhere tropical, maybe you live somewhere. We have B, X, and N. We have so many stars here. So wishes coming true. We have the number 3. Let things come to you. We have the balance of masculine and feminine. Again, seeing through illusions, seeing the spiritual. We have new love coming in. I feel like new little growth, or maybe a new member. We are born wise. We are born complete. I love mom. Compassion is the fountain of forgiveness. We also have the lucky numbers of 50, 47, 22, 1, 35, and 20. And the cooking is easy. Doing dishes is tougher. This is about withstanding a relationship. If like some of you are already in a relationship, it's like learning more about each other and how you change in a relationship, and knowing that, yes, there's going to be hard, there's going to be rough patches, but you guys can come back from that with communication, with this love. But I also get a sense that if any of the piles, through any of the readings here, if any of you are looking to get pregnant or bring in a new child or something, like this is going to be the year that could be a potential, or at least you're thinking about trying about it. We also have... We literally have the 9 of Cups. So this is about celebration. This is about wish fulfillment. It's about enjoying life, like, be careful not to go too overboard with the beverages. That's what I'm getting. But yes, fate is working for you here. There's messages that are going to come in fast. There's going to be unexpected, like watch out for insects, flying insects, because these are going to be little, like a ladybug landing on your hand, or a dragonfly landing like on you or near you. Like these are little messages from the beyond that are coming to give you boosts, give you little guidance here and there. But yeah, I feel like overall, like there's definitely some positive stuff. Yes, there's a little bit of rocky stuff. There's a little bit of learning how to balance things. But overall, if you work together with both the energies within you and in your life, the masculine and the feminine, this is going to help to balance you and to bring beautiful things. But yeah, that's what I'm getting. So if you enjoyed this, let me know. Again, if you've combined this with other parts of the reading, let me know. And if you like this sort of reading, also let me know that. And I wish you the best in 2025. Keep me posted, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.